back to another episode of Unlimited Whitetail Hunting. It's a beautiful morning in West Virginia. I got settled in about an hour ago or so, and I turned on my cameras about 15 minutes ago to do my opening interview. Look behind me and there's a deer standing at about 27 yards. I think it was a doe fawn. A little bit later, a little yearling buck showed up as well. So I've already seen 2 deer. I'm in my climber out of the middle of the 240 acres of acorns. Basically what we got here. We did put out a corn pile about almost 2 weeks ago, and the deer were not really hitting it very hard until just the last couple days. It's really cold, and they've been hitting it. So I decided I'm gonna come down here, do one more hunt. It's the rut, obviously, before we head to Colorado next week for mule deer and elk. There's a couple bucks in here that I want to get a better look at. I told Jonas last night it's going to have to be a 4.5-year-old or 130 plus before I'm going to shoot a buck down here. We have a couple good ones that are up and comers, but one of them might reach that. I'm not sure. I want to get a better look at him. This is the same property where Rachel Yoder shot that 160 buck 2 years ago, I believe it was. So I think I hear a deer walking. Shut up. There's a scrape route over here. I have a corn pile about 25 yards over this way. I just noticed there's a couple beds in the leaves right there. Little buck.
Unlimited whitetail hunting is brought to you by Charm Outdoors, Miller's Custom Meats, and Boontown Deer Minerals. Charm Outdoors is located in Charm, Ohio in beautiful Holmes County. This is our favorite local sporting goods store. Check them out if you're in the area. Miller's Custom Meats is located in southwestern Holmes County, Ohio. They are a very unique meat processor because of their walk-in cooler for after-hour deer drop-off. You can drop off your deer during the season any time of the day or night. Boontown Deer Minerals is more than just deer mineral, also a feed, supplement, and serious attractant with up to 26% protein. Go to boontownminerals.com to find your nearest dealer.
was cool. Just had that little 8-pointer come right below my stand. Smelled the ground. Where I had set up my climber. And then I had that spike. That spike get up from his bed back here, 40 yards away. Mosey over to about 5 yards. Now he's standing over there just over the hill. The last dove on was at the corn. It's just up the hill. About 30 yards up the hill from the corn. I can still see 2 deer. It's 9:40. I think I've seen 4 bucks and 4 does, but no big bucks yet. There's a buck chasing 3 does down there. They're kind of in the thick stuff right now. Saw the does come running. I kept looking back, so I kept watching it. This looks like a little 7 or 8-pointer. It's behind them. I try to get some video if they come this way, but I don't know if they will. Right now they're just standing there. That's buck number 5 and doe number 7. Bigger buck down there. There's 2 bucks. Gotta be right in there somewhere. There's a doe. Spike buck's moving back here. It's coming down this way. There they go. I think there's 4 does and 2 bucks. Hammer down. Like something spooked up. There goes the spike. Boy, they ran like they were spooked. Coyote right here. did not have time to range him. I just guessed he was 30 yards, but I don't think he was going. I shot right over his back. Darn. I don't know if you guys can see it on this video or not, but I was holding the big camera and I did not have time to put it back on the camera arm. So I don't know if you guys could even see it or not. Hopefully. But I guarantee that's what spooked those deer, was that coyote. I almost had him. Let's see if I can see my arrow and see how far it was. Yeah, it was about 25, 26 yards. So, should have just used my 20-yard pin and held it a little bit high. But I was guessing on the yardage. Happened so quick. Well, he spooked the spike buck as well. He ran over the hill. Now I know there's not going to be any deer down there right away. They all ran that way. Well, I probably won't see that coyote again this hunt today. Spooked the crap out of him. Man, I wish I would have got him. It's about 20 minutes since that coyote came through. Way down there's a little bit of an opening I can see a long way. Probably 150 yards down that way. Just caught a glimpse of a deer walking from right to left. But over here it's pretty thick. I can't see very far. We'll do a little bit of calling, see if it was a buck by chance and he might be interested. immediately there's a buck coming over here. I believe that's buck number 7 for today. So 7 bucks, 9 does, and 1 unknown deer. One I saw way down there, I'm not sure what that was. So that's 17 deer by 10:30. That's awesome. So I just see a doe run through that opening down there. I was watching. I saw her go down through the brush. Saw it was a doe. Then there another deer ran through. I didn't see any antlers. I was watching. And then a buck come through. So it appears there's a buck chasing 2 does down there. I don't know if it's a hot doe or couldn't really tell. It was possibly that buck that just went down here, but I couldn't tell for sure. So I'm just gonna count it as another buck and 2 more does. So that would be 8 bucks and 11 does. Alright, update time. I just seen that buck chasing those 2 does down through the bottom, over the way those other deer ran. And I can confirm it was the same buck that went right under me, the one I called in. So that'll back my number down to 7 bucks, but 2 more does from down there. So 7 bucks and 11 does and 1 unknown deer. It's been an awesome morning. This is probably my last chance to hunt West Virginia with archery, before firearms because we're going to Colorado next week. And when we get back, it'll be firearms season. And I have a archery doe tag I'd really like to fill. So if I get a chance at even a doe fawn tonight or this afternoon, I'll probably shoot. And of course I got a buck tag as well. But I'm only going to shoot if it's, like I said, a 4.5 for sure, or 130 or bigger, hopefully. That's the goal anyway. And I think there's one buck that might meet that criteria. Like Jonas would say, he needs one more year. But he might just be one more year at the taxidermist, we'll see. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this hunt as much as I am, please consider subscribing down below. Like the video, also turn on your bell notifications so you'll get notified every time we upload. We've got a lot more videos coming. So, and also appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Let's see how many deer we can see by the end of the day. I think it's possibly going to be a record. Well, no deer for a couple hours. Time to eat a little bit. I was working on my computer. I brought my laptop along. Did some work. Got a video edited and some other work done. Kind of cool. I can work from here. Got good phone service. I just use my phone for a hotspot. Do pretty much whatever I need to. Hopefully one of the big bucks shows up yet tonight. I have high hopes. There's at least 6 turkeys. I think they're all gobblers. Don't believe the West Virginia turkey season's open anymore. I think it closed in October sometime. The fall turkey season. What do I hear? Oh, there's a deer. Oh, my little spike buddy. That's a different one. So that was 2 more bucks this afternoon, so that would be buck number 9, 8 and 9. So 9 bucks and 11 does. We're down to the last probably 45 minutes. I think this would be a good time to do a calling sequence, see if we can get a big buck to show up yet. I don't know. I think I will. Might keep a doe from coming, but I see a big buck. It would be awesome. Well, we're down to the last 15 minutes. Not another deer has shown up. Got pretty quiet except for a few squirrels. So if something shows up in the last 15 minutes, I'll bring it to you. But if not, thanks for watching Unlimited Whitetail Hunting. I'll have a link in the description for you to sign up for our annual YouTube giveaway. We're giving away some Wise Eye cameras this year, and a Cabela's gift card, and a Wise Eye solar panel. So make sure you go check that out.
Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of a voiceover here to explain what's happening. So I had just checked my phone to see how many minutes of legal light were left, and there was 5 minutes left. I hear this buck. I hear something walking in the leaves, and it was this buck. And he came right up to my tree, as you can see. And I recorded this with my phone. I had the phone already in my hand, and I had a lot of thoughts running through my head. Do I want to shoot? This was the buck I wanted to see. As you can see, he's a nice buck. A little bit hard to tell, but he has a tall rack, long tines, 8-point, really good buck for West Virginia. At this point, I decided if he gives me a good shot and it's still legal to shoot, which I knew I had probably 3 or 4 minutes left at this point, I'm going to take the shot. I had a holder on my bow right above my stabilizer to attach my phone to, and as I did that, the buck spooked. He took off running and went about 25 yards to my left. Right on top of the ridge, you can see him there. And at first, looked like he was broadside, or somewhat broadside, but as I drew my bow right here, he turned and faced me. He was only approximately 25 yards away, and I held for a while, and he kept looking at me, trying to figure out what it was, what was going on. He knew something was not right. Here I decided to let down, and unfortunately he's out of view there for a few seconds, but here you can see he blew and ran further to the right, a little bit on the other side of the ridge, and stood there broadside. At this point, I got out my rangefinder and was ranging him, and it was 36 yards. But as I brought up my bow and looked at him through my peep sight and my sight, I was like, this is just not ethical to shoot. It was just too dark. If it would have still had a couple more minutes left, I probably would have taken that shot, but I'm sure he would have ducked the arrow or whirled with being on alert like that, and decided not to shoot. We'll let him go. Here I'm putting my bow back on the hanger.
That was the buck I was after. Then I wanted to get a better look. I was gonna shoot if he gives me a good shot. He's definitely 4.5. I'm pretty sure. Big body. Really nice 8-point rack. Tall rack. And he was right under my tree. It's probably quitting time ball right now. There's 5 minutes left when he started coming. I looked, there's 5 minutes left, and then I heard him coming. And I just, I had already put my camera away, so I recorded everything with my phone. And I've got a phone holder on my stabilizer on my bow, so I stuck the phone to that. And when he did that, he heard me or something. But he was right under my tree. Should have waited a little bit longer to get my bow. Then he should have waited till he was walking. Then he probably wouldn't have heard me. I don't know if you guys can see me or not, but it is now dark. And he's spooked. But hey, it's probably my last day of hunting here for archery in West Virginia, so maybe I'll be bigger next year, hopefully.